Hey, Sheen fam! I am Quentin Fears for Sheen Talk Live. Quentin Fears, yes, on Instagram, MRQ Fears. And today I'm going to talk to Tanisha Long. We're going to get to know her. But first of all, I want to thank Sheen Magazine for letting me take over and do the Sheen Talk. Miss Kimberly Chapman, Trey, Jessica, Kristen, all the Sheen fam, thank you so much. I'm so excited to do this. This is going to be so much fun. So right now I'm just waiting for Tanisha to just, chime in and we're going to talk. Hey Jessica, how you doing? This is going to be so much fun. You may know Tanisha from Girl Code. That was a show on MTV. She was also on High Maintenance, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and now she has her. Yes, BET Plus actually, and it's called Bigger. So she is chiming in right now.
Hi.
Hey, love.
Oh wait,
Turn your
my
camera
orientation
around.
is all wrong. Oh my god. Okay, wait. We're gonna figure
Yeah,
this
you have
out.
to you have to
Hold
turn
on.
your camera around.
Wait. Okay. Oh no, I have my phone like charging too. This is just not. Okay. Wait. Wait. Okay.
But you
Dude,
look
I'm such a grandma. I'm
amazing.
not good at this kind of stuff. Oh my god, I think I have to take the phone out of the case. We're gonna spend this whole chat with me learning how to go live right now.
Oh, well, you should be doing this.
Okay,
Hey, your
wait.
career is popping. You're gonna have to be doing this all the time.
You're right. You're right. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, I can't. I'm trying to not show you all my drawers. I definitely don't have to. Okay.
Yo,
Okay,
I'm in
I think
sweatpants
I'm
right
gonna
now,
just
so hey,
I'm gonna
I get it. I get it. Yes.
All right. I'm ready for the thing now.
All right. You look so cute with your beret on and everything.
I told you I
Poppin'.
was gonna wear this for you. I was gonna try and do a look.
Yes, it's totally a look. It's totally a look.
I
So
put earrings on and everything.
wow. Wow. She got out of bed today. She did it up. Yes.
I had like a really good sleep. So today I woke up and I felt human and I was like, I'm gonna put stuff on my face. So
Awesome.
I did a
Yeah.
whole thing.
So how have you been doing during this quarantine moment?
Um, you know that emoji that looks like it got punched in the face? That's basically how my. No, it's just we were supposed to start the show like really soon, and now I don't know when that's happening. It's still happening, but like not knowing when has been kind of freaky. Oh my god, this is really annoying to hold up. I'm sorry, it's distracting.
No, it's okay. Yeah, because you guys got renewed for a second season, which is awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Gonna stop making weird faces in 3 seconds, I promise. Okay, I think it's gonna stay.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's a learning process for all of
So
us.
hard for me.
It's all good. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we got picked up for a second season, and that was really exciting. And it was like, I don't know, I feel like everybody has the same feeling about what's been happening. Like it feels like all these great things are happening, and then all of a sudden it was like, psych, you can't go outside.
Yeah, right. I know. I was like, I had some gigs booked.
Yes.
Because I'm a stylist. You know that. I
Yes,
styled you.
yes. You styled
Actually,
me.
I styled you for this cover.
Wait,
This
hold
Sheen
on.
magazine cover. Oh yes, Rapping Sheen. How do you feel being the Sheen cover model?
That was crazy. It still is crazy. Like whenever I'm in a funky mood during this, I actually will look at it. I'm just like, wow, I got to like be on the thing and talk about my show and like tell them a whole wacky story about almost quitting acting, and that's bananas. And now I can't go outside.
But we get the opportunity to do this. And also, I think maybe this is a moment to kind of like do some internal healing and like thinking
Yes.
about your life and stuff like that, your choices. How is it for you?
I actually have been doing video therapy every week, and that's been really cool. My therapist is just like talking me through every day because I'm a super neurotic person and I'm very type A. So I like to have a schedule and just follow it. And now my schedule has just exploded. Like it just doesn't exist. So I've been trying to get on a routine. That has helped. Like there was one week where I was pretending like we weren't quarantined. Like I wasn't going outside, but I was waking up and being like, okay, I work out at this time. I write at this time. I have a meeting at. And I went a little crazy, so I stopped doing that. Now this week is going to be a little more do whatever I want. I mean, I still have stuff to do because I'm promoting the show, but like I'm not going to put so much pressure on myself because it made me get real edgy, like real testy.
No, I totally get you. I do the same thing. I get up, I do still a routine. I still do my like facial stuff, my beard stuff. get dressed, do my little insanity workouts, my beach
Oh, you're
body,
doing
because I have to get it
insanity
popping.
workouts?
Yes.
I'm doing like
Yes.
Pilates. I have like a little Pilates ring and like my little weights, and I'm just in here like a robot.
So let's talk about your career. So I don't think a lot of people know it, but I saw you first back in the day on College Humor.
Oh my God. I was like
Yes.
10 when I was
Yes.
doing that. Wow. You watched me on College Humor. Yeah, so I was doing like sketch and improv in New York for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I ended up just kind of doing that through friends that were already doing sketch and improv. They were just kind of like writing stuff, and I got casted in some of that. And then that kind of led to me wanting to do more TV stuff. I was like, oh, wait, like maybe I'm an actor. So I was just doing sketch and improv, and then somehow got a really big agent. And that really big agent was like, oh, I think you're going to be a star. And I was like, dude, I don't, okay, sure. Whatever.
Like,
whatever you think, I guess.
yeah.
So yeah, that just kind of led to me booking Girl Code eventually. And then Girl Code blew up, which was not expected. I was like, oh, this is like a really fun show. And I had done a bunch of pilots for MTV. I think I'd done like maybe 3 or 4. And I did a show like where I was just in sketches and it didn't get renewed and we all thought it was. And I was like, okay, whatever. So when Girl Code came around, I was like, this is so silly. And it was only like originally 5 episodes. And then loved it so much that I think they upped it to like 20. And then they picked it up for like, I think like back-to-back 2 seasons. And I was like, oh crap, I think I have a career now. And then that kind of led to me doing stand-up. And I did stand-up for like 2 years. I toured around the country, which was just, I am not a stand-up by any means. I'm not built for that life at all.
Well, wait, but you did do stand-up though in New York.
I did.
Yeah, and you did some with like Amanda Seales. Like,
yeah, I did her show. That was, wow. That, it feels like that was like 50 years ago because I'm just so far from, like, I still write jokes, but I definitely don't have the desire yet to stand in front of people and be like, hey, let me do a set for you. Like, that part of my life is kind of past. Maybe it'll come back. But
yeah.
I don't. On all the stand-ups, I feel like they have something great to say, and I don't know what I have to say other than like someone else's story. Like, I love telling other people's stories. That's what I'm really into right now.
I hear you, and that's what you get to do with acting. So it's not so personal. It's more like, you know, you get into character and stuff like that. Tud Scott actually on IG said he remembers you from Brilliant Idiots.
Oh God, that podcast from forever ago. What was that? Sharpman and Schultz. Yeah, I did that podcast. Did I do it more than once? I can't remember. But somehow it ended up with the title being Tanisha Long Doesn't Suck Dick, and it made me laugh.
Oh, I saw that. You guys got real deep into it. I was like, wow.
That was hilarious. I was like, out of all the things we talked about, that's the thing that they chose to name the episode after, which made me laugh really hard.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you. We had someone say that we're beautiful people.
Aww, thank you. I have on so much makeup right now.
No. You were always stunning.
My under eyes, dude. I look like
I have styled Tanisha on set, and she pops in, and she's gorgeous, fresh face, looking like a baby, like she's 18.
Okay. I don't know about all that.
Oh, I love.
Wait, I gotta get the ad in. I gotta do an ad.
Tea time. Speaking of tea, so you also went on the Girl Code, right?
Yes.
And it's like a who's who of celebrities on that show. You have Nicole Byer.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Love
what's her name? Aquafina.
Yep.
Like, the list goes on and on.
Yep. It was kind of like before we were all doing stuff, we were doing that. It was like we all kind of were just in this one place, kind of like baby actors, baby comedians, and now we're all doing other stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, that goes to show that, you know, it takes time and, like, you know, the due diligence to, like, make it happen and just, like, grind. And you did it.
I get.
No, I mean, like, what is that, like 10 years ago?
Like crazy, because like sometimes I'll forget that I had a career before Bigger, because Bigger is like just me taking a big step into acting and like leading on a show for the first time. Like I did a digital show that was on South by Southwest, and I was like one of the leads on it, but it was really different than this. This is really like I'm talking to camera, and like my character's kind of driving a lot of what's happening on the show. So like in a lot of ways, it feels like my career started over. And I
Yeah.
forget a lot about that stuff until people bring it up when I talk to them. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was like really 8 years of my life where I was just, working for free or for no money and having like a day job and being like, is this right? Should I be an actor? Like, should I give up? And now it's like, I don't know what else I do. Like, I think I'm really, really set in being an actor and less of a comedian for the rest of my life.
Nice. I mean, bless you. Thank God that you didn't quit because you wouldn't have this career in this moment right now.
Yeah, it really almost happened. Last year, I was straight up like at the top of pilot season, which is like
Yeah.
when all that in the spring when that happens, I was just like, yeah, if I don't test for a show as series reg, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm 35 years old. I do not want to have like roommates anymore.
What? You're 35, girl?
Yeah, I'm 35. I turned 36 in September.
It's still
crazy.
young. It's still young. I'm in my late 30s too, so I get it. I've
We
been
out
grinding
here
for a
aging.
while. So, what is like breaking girl code for you?
Oh gosh. Damn, I haven't been asked that in so long. It's so
I mean, I'm bringing it back. This is like
Oh,
your
shit.
whole journey.
God, I mean, I guess it's more like grown woman code. I think what I've learned, this is so crazy to do this live. Because as an adult woman, I think it's really important to always stick to who you are and do what makes you happy. And that's adult woman code. Oh my
There you
God,
go.
that's so creepy to do as a grown ass woman. Like when we shot that, I was in my 20s. So just, wow.
What? So, like, was that like a lot of like just improv sort of stuff? Because the stuff that comes out of you guys' mouths is like, wow.
I think we all kind of handle it different. For me, they would give us a few days before we were in studio, would be like, hey, here are the topics. Here are the questions we're going to ask. And then I would write like 3 like jokes. I would be like, these are jokes. This is a joke with a setup and a punchline. These are the jokes I know because you need sound bites. And basically, they don't tell you who's going to be in the episode. You compete for the funniest sound bites. So I would write a tight joke in there. And then it would be like, oh, and then improv off of this one little thing. And then I would just go in there. I'd shoot for like an hour and a half for each episode. And like we'd run through maybe like, I think 3 episodes in a sitting. And yeah, it's just really easy. And then the sketches were fully written. One season I actually got to be in the writer's room. None of my sketches got on.
Oh, wow.
But I got to be in the writer's room. It was really cool. And to watch like all the ladies kind of like figure out like sketches for Girl Code are really different than sketches for like SNL or some other sketch show because they have to be really short and they still have to be really young and kind of easy to digest. Everything on that show was about sound bites. So like them going through sketches was very different than what I knew of sketch. So none of that has gotten. I'm
so
trying
it's like
to defend
a
my
quick
sketch
sort of
right.
like get it and get out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I got to be in a bunch of them, which was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really interesting experience. I don't think I'd do a show like that again though, because I'm too old. And it would just be me complaining about being old, like.
No, you're not too old. Stop that. Don't
Okay.
talk about that anymore. You
My
are
agent
young
and my manager are probably watching this like, this bitch said she's old one more time.
You
We
are
telling
not.
people she's 19.
You could still play something 20s, like 20 something. Like
Probably.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So what did it feel like, when you got that breakout moment in Bigger?
Oh gosh, I remember when I got the call. I was like, the audition was like a really long day, and I had auditioned. It was my second day of testing, and I had tested with the people that were going to play Dion, and so I was just like, apparently I had the job already. I didn't know.
Oh wow.
I'm like, yeah, I apparently had already had the job and they just didn't tell me I booked. So I got to the second test and I was just like, man, if they don't give me this job, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. I'm going to go home. And I've done that before when I've not booked stuff where I'm like in the shower, like sliding down and crying. And I was like, I can't keep going through this because I really love Lane. Like I really love her. She's so flawed, but like really fun to play and complicated. So I'm like sitting there on my couch, like waiting for this call. I was like, this is the time when I'm gonna find out. And my manager, one of my managers was like, hey, so we're all on the call, and it's like 2 of my agents and 2 of my managers and their assistants. And they're like, we got some really bad news. And I was like, okay. They're like, you're gonna have to move to Atlanta because you booked the show.
Oh wow.
Fell out on the floor crying. It was so awesome. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like 3 days later I was moving to Atlanta, had to find an apartment, table reads, wardrobe fittings. It was like this whirlwind of my life just being where I wanted it to be. And then to live in Atlanta was like amazing. I lived in like this nutty luxury building, like facing the park. It was stupid. I was like, I'm not coming back. I was like, this is my life now. I'm Lane. Lane is me. I'm Lane. But no, I had to come back, and now I'm here.
Hilarious. So tell me more about the show. The title itself, it seems like a double entendre. What is there some like other meaning behind bigger?
I'm gonna leave that up to the viewers to find out. There's some bigger things in the show. Talking to my family about that over the holiday was real weird because
yeah, I'm sure. Mom was like,
"What
you doing on that show, girl?"
It's just like, and there's those sex scenes, and I'm in sex scenes, but I'm not naked, and it's like trying to explain to my family that I wasn't really having sex. Like,
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. What is it like filming that? Like,
it is so stressful to shoot sex scenes. Like, you don't understand. It's not sexy. The whole time you're just thinking about how
I'm sipping my tea.
Also, like, you're making real sex faces. Like, I remember when I saw it, like, after it was edited, and I was like, oh my God, like, the people that I've had sex with are gonna watch this and be like, that's what she looks like when we have sex. Is this ever real? Is she a real person? So it was really disturbing to see those sex scenes after. And my family was just like, so you're having sex on TV? And I'm like, no, it's not real. We have on clothes. I have on like shorts. There's a pillow between our sex parts. Like, no, forking.
Sex parts.
I'm not, that's not my deal. And like one of my aunts still to this day, she thinks I'm a porn star. Like,
oh my God.
Like,
and she's super religious.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one
Yes.
of those. I have one of those.
I'm
yes.
like, all right,
I love her and she
like,
means well, but I'm like, I'm not a bad person. It's okay.
Yeah, even if I was doing porn, which I'm not.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No, I don't judge people.
People are going to start Googling.
And
making fake emojis and stuff.
Huh?
People are going to start Googling and making fake emojis and stuff. Put your head on people's bodies. Don't say that. So when I see the show, it reminds me of kind of like an Ally McBeal, where all the like she sees things, and a Sex and City because it's kind of like really sexy. What is it like breaking the fourth wall and just like talking to the audience and seeing these things that are flying around?
So when we were shooting it, I couldn't see any of that. It was all like they didn't put anything around me, like a green ball. It'd be like, oh, these are the birds flying around your face. It was like, Tanisha, okay, look at your phone. And then like my phone, and I won't spoil what's on it, the stuff on my phone was green screened. So like, I'm looking at a green screen, there's nothing around me, and I'm doing this to like swat away these fake birds. And then all the like glitter and like flowers, I forget exactly what's around me when I see, okay, I don't want to spoil what I'm seeing. But nothing is there when I'm shooting. Like literally nothing. Like literally it would be like, lift your hands and move them around, or like just spin your head around and they would add something later.
Oh,
and
wow.
When I saw it was like, oh wow, that really worked out. But at the time I had no idea. It was the most jarring thing. I've never worked with green screen in, or I guess like later on added animations like that before. So it was really overwhelming at first. I was so scared that I was like, am I making the right face? Am I doing the right thing? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh. And then also, like, I'll spoil it a little bit. The penises on the phone, I didn't know what those looked like. Like, I had no idea they were going to be that big and that many. So the faces I made, and I made a lot of faces, and the ones they chose make me look so insane.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they really went there on the show.
A lot of male nudity. We got more dicks than any other show on TV is my thing.
Oh, really? Is there some sort of like calculation? Where can we find that report?
I did the research. I did the research based on my scales. You know, like I've watched a lot of HBO. That would be who we compete with. HBO doesn't. Well, maybe now this season of Westworld, there are a lot of wieners, so maybe.
Yeah. So, in like real life, who would you be more into? Are you more like a Greg, a Dion, or a Reggie person?
I
You know,
don't
because they
know.
all like as like a archetype.
I would say like a mesh of them together. That's
Nice.
the thing. I think that's why Lane is after all three of them like that, is because she needs a part of each of them.
Yeah.
I think each of them is missing something. Like Dion is missing what Greg has in terms of like a provider and like knowing what his life needs to be.
Got you.
Greg is so corny, like so corny. He's just the corniest dude in the world. Like I could never do it. And then Reggie, you know, he's a side dude.
But he's a provider.
He's a provider, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough. That's not enough. It's not enough.
Someone said money. Summer said money.
Yeah, but Lane's got money.
Summer.
Lane's got money. She doesn't need his money. That's the thing.
True.
Like when you're self-sufficient, I think if Lane was like a lot younger, she would marry Greg and just be like, oh, this makes sense. But like she actually can provide for herself and she's just trying to figure out her life. So it makes sense for her to be like, oh, what kind of man do I want that will like provide like partnership? And maybe I'm just talking out of my own mouth because that's like where I am. Like I don't need anybody's like money or a wedding ring or any of that stuff. I'm just like, are you a partner? Are you going to be supportive of my life? And are you going to be present? Because that stuff's more important.
For sure. And so, yeah, that's what you're looking for right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I would do that in the pandemic, but yes.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think all the dating is usually just like Zoom or FaceTime now.
I guess. I don't even, I'm like, you know, in 2021 when we get out of this.
I know. How long do we have?
Right.
So what can we expect for season 2?
Season 2 or bigger. I do know some of the stuff, but I can't tell you because Felicia will punch me in the mouth. But I think you should expect growth in all the characters without spoiling, and it's gonna be even funnier if that's possible. I feel like our first season was very funny. It
was very funny. I was so like pleased and pleasantly surprised.
Everybody's always saying that. They're like, oh wow, this actually is good. And I'm like,
well, you know, because I think one of the things is like I feel like a lot of the Black shows stick to like one thing where like they think that that's all we want to see, and your show, you know, took it up a level and like out of the box and did something different. It's like, oh wow, thank you.
Well,
we deserve that.
The writers like Felicia, Mary, and Von Shepard, and like our whole writing team really wrote a beautiful, colorful story that is just like every type of Black person you could know or meet outside of like the core cast. Like when you look at just like the people that guest star on the show, it's like, oh, that's my cousin, or oh, that's like somebody I went to school with. Like they're all really believable. We try not to be like the respectable Blacks on TV, and I feel like that's kind of the box that Black people get put into. It's like, oh, we have to be the certain version of Black, and especially for like Lane, I feel like I've been getting the flack that Lane gets on the internet is for her not wanting to like be a wife and like just wife this dude, and I don't know it, and she's having all this sex, and it's just like, well, that's real, like that's real for women. So like, why not talk about that? Like we don't have to be these perfect little super sweet, all I do is the right thing. Like who wants to watch that fucking show anyway? I don't want to. I really tried not to curse. I said the F word.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
I'm so disappointed in myself. I made it like almost the whole way without saying
You are a comedic actress. Like we get it. No. So do you feel like you're anything like Lane?
You know what? I thought I was exactly like her until after we shot the show and I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is like a version of me that like if I was still drinking, maybe I'd be. Because I'm so like type A, I'm so like, I do exactly what I'm supposed to do to get the results that I need to have. Lane is a more like carefree version of me. She's a cooler version of me. That's what I like to say. She's like the super cool, chill, I do whatever I want version of me. Because
But
real
don't
me
you
is,
think your type A-ness has helped you get to where you are now?
yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I would have made it through this. Like being an actor is the craziest thing you could possibly do in your entire life. Like I still don't know how I've made it this far. Like every day I'm like, I'm really dealing with that.
Yeah. So what was the hustle like for you, grinding and like auditioning and stuff like that?
It's awful. Like I just gotta be honest. Like you're broke all the time. Your body is part of what gets your job, so you get really like obsessed with how you look. And I'm not a very materialistic person. I actually didn't wear makeup or like spend a lot of money on clothes until I started acting, just because I grew up kind of not with a lot of money. I don't want to talk crap about my childhood, but it just wasn't. It wasn't fancy. I didn't have like fancy designer
Yeah.
clothes. So like I
It was
started
real.
doing. It was very it was very real.
Yeah.
So it's been like me trying to hold on to myself while being in pursuit of this job that is also me. Like my body is an instrument and my body is like my resume along with my actual credits. So it really can like fuck with your head when you get rejected over and over. And you're not even getting rejected. It's just like you don't fit this role. This one isn't right for you. So like last year when I kept getting really close to stuff and then I would lose it to somebody super famous, I was just like, well, I'm not super famous, so I'm not good enough. And why am I not super famous? And it turned into this whole thing. It was bad.
I was gonna say, well, William Elias thinks you look like Beyonce, so.
Wow. I really went in with the under eye concealer and tricked everybody. Because I do not look like Beyonce. I look like, I'm trying to think of something. It's bad, whatever. I look real haggard without makeup on right now.
No, you don't. Stop.
Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that.
No more self-deprecation.
Okay.
So, do any of you guys on Sheen, like Instagram Live, Sheen Talk Live, do you guys have any questions for Tanisha?
What's going on? I'm looking at this.
This is your time.
What's going on?
What is going on?
I don't know. Hi. Somebody wrote, she does not. Somebody was really offended about that Beyonce thing. I feel the same way. I said I didn't look like Beyonce. This
But
is the first
equally
time I've
as
ever done a
gorgeous.
live. This is really intense.
But
like,
as equally as gorgeous.
That I don't think they're gonna do. Are you like your character? Oh yeah, we're just
Are you anything from Jessica? Are you anything like your character? Yes.
I'm trying to think of something I haven't said already. I don't think I would get engaged to somebody and then sleep with somebody else. So no, I'm not like
what?
I would have said no. I would have said no. I would be like, no, Greg. And then I would have went about my business and I would have talked to my therapist about it. So I'm definitely not like Lane in that way.
First of all, being afraid of getting something on the streets like that and then taking it back to your man, your fiance, that's a fear.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Lane is very questionable in her behavior. I'm not trying to shit on anyone who like does whatever they want with their bodies, but I wouldn't.
Well, you know what? In an interview, I think you said it well, where I think Lane isn't like a bad person. I think she always did the right thing, and now she's kind of coming out of her shell.
Yes, that's her thing. She's not like actively trying to mess up anything. I like to say she's like moving like a man does, where they're just like, it's not my intention to. I wasn't trying to. Whenever you try to get an apology, and it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let you know I wasn't trying to hurt you. So that's her deal. Like she's not trying to hurt anybody. She's just trying to figure it out. And people are just like collateral damage. And maybe she'll start. Maybe she'll start dealing with the repercussions of that soon.
Yeah, I have a question here from William, and he's like, "What's the hardest part working with your coworkers?"
Oh gosh. I think so. I'm a very homebody, like introverted solo person outside of being an actor. Like I have the opposite personality of an actor. So when you're shooting a show, you're on top of other actors for 15 hours a day. that's the hardest part. It's like not having time for myself. So
Yeah.
I would get like kind of like cabin feverish, like stuck on set. That's the hardest part. Otherwise, they're lovely. They're all really talented. Like I'm lucky to be on a cast with people like that.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, so you're used to quarantine now, then.
That was the first 2 weeks of quarantine. I was like, so this is like how I live already. What?
Right?
What is different now? It's intense. It's not ideal. Like it's nothing like how I want to live my life. So when it's over, I'm just gonna drive everywhere, and I'm gonna go to every party I'm invited to.
Right? I think we all are. So what's next for you, you know, with this career and where you want to go and where you see yourself?
I obviously season 2 of Bigger, which is great. But
so someone's asking what's the name of the show. The name of the show is Bigger. She's the lead character on Bigger. Her character name is Lane. It's on BET Plus. It's really funny. It's kind of like the Black Sex in the City, Ally McBeal. You know, they have a lot of fun. And sorry, go on. She kept asking, so I was like, she needs to know.
Yeah, so no, and there's a free trial on Roku, on Apple Music, on, not Apple Music, I'm such a grandma, Apple TV, Amazon channels. You can get 7 days for free. There's 10 episodes. I mean, you could bang those out in one day. You really could.
Yeah, right.
And you can tweet at me about it, and we can talk about it together. But yeah, other things for me, I'm writing a bunch in quarantine, which is fun. So like maybe something from me would be great. And I really want to do like an action feature. I want to learn how to fight like really bad. And I want
like
to
Colombiana?
People. Yes. And I won't have a gun or anything. I'll just be
Avatar.
like, fighting, just fighting my way. That would be cool, like a Marvel movie, like some weird superhero thing. Maybe a cartoon. I would love to voice a cartoon. I booked one a couple years ago that didn't go, but it was really cute, and I was like,
I could totally see you voicing a cartoon.
Yeah, I sound like a 5-year-old. Yeah.
No, it's not about that. You just have the personality for it. I have a question from Kristen Harris.
Oh, what's up?
She's asking, what are your tips on nutrition and fitness?
Oh gosh, okay. I have been doing workout videos from YouTube, and I don't work out for more than a half an hour at a time because I have a heart murmur, so I have to be really careful about my heart rate going too high or my blood pressure. So I'd work out for like a half an hour, and I've been eating whatever I want-ish. So like, I haven't been eating meat, which happened by mistake. I'm just scared to eat meat now. So I haven't eaten meat in 30 days. But I've been eating like Beyond Burgers and stuff, and they're fantastic.
Oh, nice.
And mixing it with greens. Like I still eat greens and fruit. I don't know. Like I'm trying to give advice. And I'm like, I haven't been doing the best job of like that stuff myself. So how do I give advice on it? I just do what I can. It's really hard because like some days you like watch the news or one of those terrible press conferences, and you're like, well, I'm gonna cry on the couch. So yeah, just when I can, I'll wake up, eat breakfast, workout, post-workout, smoothie and a snack, get in the shower, write, like, you know, and then eat like a really big lunch and then make sure I eat dinner. But it's hard. It's really hard right now. So just like do what you can, I guess.
So I'm going to tell a little secret. I tried to go vegetarian for a week, and I did so well the first 4 days. But I've also been working out really hard. So one day I woke up so hungry. I was like, I want Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You ate KFC?
I had it Uber Eats to my house.
Oh my God, I want wings. I just want wings so bad. And like now it's been a month, and I had shrimp last night. So like I'm a pescatarian. Okay, gotcha. I guess now. And I was just like, I want wings and like dumplings. Like that's all I can think about. And I'm like, I'm a month into this vegetarian thing. Should I keep doing it?
Awesome. So is there anything else you want to say about the show before we start to wrap up?
Like,
oh, wow. Double entendre.
I don't. Just watch it, please. Please watch my show. Watch my show.
They're going come. You know what? I want them to move the first season onto Netflix so it can get a wider audience. Something. You're like, it's not up for me. I'm not saying anything.
I can't speak to that, but I can say our current home is BET Plus. You're trying to get me started.
And that is a great home. It is.
You're trying to set me up. Let me get all kinds of
No.
So
well,
basically,
I'm like, how can I get a cameo on it? I want to be like the fashion stylist reporter or something, girl.
Oh,
you're the lead. Get me a job.
Well, send me your headshot. I mean, I can move it along to somebody, and now I'm giving out jobs. You know,
she's giving out jobs on this.
Giving out jobs.
Hilarious.
I have no say over who gets hired on the show.
Hilarious. Well, thank you so much, Tanisha. It's always a pleasure. You're so much fun. You're beautiful. You're so talented.
Stop. Thank you.
Yes,
so
I've loved
sweet.
seeing your career grow over the years.
Oh,
Both
you're
show.
really sweet. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad we got to hang out. I have to buy groceries. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like a bad week to go outside.
I know. It's the week I ran out of food. It's great. It's really
Maybe
great.
you need to Postmates it or like yummy.com the food over or something.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, what's your IG?
Oh, at Tanisha Long. It's just my name. It's so if you look at the top of the live, it'll say Sheen Mag and it'll say with Tanisha Long. You can just click on it and it'll lead you right over to me.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome.
Yes.
How do I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so then what do I hit this X to get?
Yeah. We just both push the X or whatever, and then it's all over.
All right. We can do it as a team when you're ready.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody who wrote stuff. You guys are awesome. I'll see you on my Instagram. Bye, Quentin.
Bye.
Quentin.
Thank you so much, love.
Wait, okay. Now it's...
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in to this Sheen Talk Live. Next, we have Angela Robinson. You should know her from The Have and Have Nots. Yes, it's on OWN. She plays Veronica Harrington, the villain you love to hate. So check in. It's going to start on top of the hour at 11. And I think that's 2 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thanks, guys.